Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something for a second. Imagine all those moments in life where you felt held back, undermined, misunderstood, or outright attacked. We all have those experiences where someone seems to be standing in our way, someone who, intentionally or not, tries to limit us. But what if I told you the most powerful way to overcome them isn't by fighting or competing with them? What if the ultimate victory didn't require you to battle at all? Mastering your own mind is one of the most powerful ways to overcome any adversary without ever engaging in direct conflict. It begins with understanding that our attention is one of the most valuable resources we have. Wherever you direct your focus, that's where your energy flows. If you're consumed with thoughts of the person or people who you perceive as your enemies, if you're fixated on their actions, their words, or their attempts to bring you down, you're giving them control over your mental and your emotional state. They might not even be aware of the power they hold over you, but every thought you spend on them is energy that could have been used to strengthen yourself. The secret to mastering your own mind lies in learning to control your thoughts and redirect your focus. Every time you catch yourself thinking about what someone else is doing to sabotage you, what they've said to discredit you, or how they're trying to block your progress, remind yourself that those thoughts are not productive. They are distractions that keep you from building your future. Shift your attention away from them and back onto your own goals, your own purpose, and the person you want to become. The mind is like a muscle. The more you train it to let go of distractions, the stronger it becomes at focusing on what truly matters. Another critical aspect of mastering your mind is developing emotional resilience. People may attempt to provoke you, to draw you into conflicts that are designed to drain your energy or tarnish your reputation. But when you are emotionally resilient, their attempts fall flat. Emotional resilience is built through self-awareness. By understanding your own triggers and your own emotional responses, you can learn to manage your reactions more effectively. Instead of allowing anger or frustration to take control, you can take a step back, breathe, and decide how you want to respond, or if you even need to respond at all. When you're in control of your emotions, you become a fortress, one that's not easily breached by external forces. Self-discipline is also essential in mastering the mind. Discipline is what keeps you focused on your path, even when distractions arise. It's what allows you to stay consistent with your goals and your personal growth, regardless of what others are doing or saying around you. Developing this discipline requires a deep commitment to yourself and to the vision you have for your life. You have to be willing to prioritize your own progress over any temporary satisfaction that might come from engaging with those who challenge you. Each time you choose to stay on your path, rather than getting pulled into someone else's drama, you reinforce your discipline. Visualizing your success can also help strengthen your focus and mastery over your thoughts. When you're deeply connected to the vision of who you want to be and what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to let go of anything that doesn't serve that vision. Imagine yourself succeeding, not just despite the challenges posed by others, but because you've chosen not to let them affect you. When you see yourself clearly, fully engaged in your purpose and achieving your goals, the distractions and negative influences begin to lose their appeal. You see them as insignificant, as small roadblocks on a much greater journey, one that you're determined to complete. Mastering your own mind is also about developing a mindset of growth and learning. Rather than seeing obstacles as threats, see them as opportunities for growth. When others try to hold you back, use it as a chance to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your commitment to your path. Every obstacle and every adversary provides valuable lessons, helping you develop skills, resilience, and perspective that will ultimately make you stronger and more capable. When you view life through this lens, the power of any enemy diminishes. Turning your enemy into a teacher requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing the people who challenge you as obstacles, view them as valuable sources of insight. Every person you encounter, especially those who oppose or criticize you, holds a mirror to areas where you can grow. By observing them closely, you can discover valuable lessons about yourself and how you respond to adversity. This approach requires humility and openness, a willingness to see beyond the surface and ask, what can I learn from this situation? One of the first lessons that an adversary can teach you is self-awareness. When someone frustrates or angers you, it's usually because they've triggered something within you. Rather than focusing on what they've done or said, ask yourself why you feel this way. Often they reveal insecurities or areas where you may feel vulnerable. For example, if someone constantly criticizes your work, it might make you question your abilities. Instead of getting defensive, consider whether this criticism has any truth to it. Are there areas where you can improve, or are you allowing their words to shake your confidence unnecessarily? By analyzing your reactions, you gain a deeper understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses. An adversary can also teach you resilience. When faced with opposition, it's easy to feel discouraged or doubt yourself. But each time you choose to keep moving forward, despite the criticism or obstacles, you build mental and emotional strength. Resilience isn't developed in times of comfort, but in moments when you're forced to face difficulties. Adversaries, whether they realize it or not, are providing you with opportunities to strengthen your resolve. They push you out of your comfort zone, demanding that you dig deeper and find new reserves of strength. In this sense, they're helping you build the qualities you need to succeed, even though their intent may be quite the opposite. Another lesson to be gained from opponents is the importance of strategy. Sometimes people will challenge you not directly, but through subtle actions and words that undermine your progress. Learning to navigate these situations without becoming embroiled in unnecessary conflict is a skill in itself. Observing how others operate, even when their actions are not in your favor, can teach you how to be more tactful, strategic, and mindful in your own approach. Instead of reacting impulsively, you learn to take a step back, assess the situation, and respond in a way that serves your long-term goals. This skill of strategic thinking, honed through interactions with those who oppose you, becomes a powerful asset as you progress. Adversaries can also show you the importance of patience and the value of timing. Often we feel compelled to respond immediately when someone provokes us, but not every situation requires a swift reaction. Sometimes waiting, observing, and allowing things to unfold naturally can be the best course of action. By exercising patience, you maintain control over your actions and emotions, demonstrating maturity and wisdom. This patience becomes a valuable asset, teaching you to respond rather than react, a lesson that adversaries unknowingly provide through their own actions. An adversary can help you refine your focus. When someone challenges you, it can be a distraction, pulling you away from your goals and forcing you to invest energy in areas that don't serve your growth. By recognizing this, you develop the ability to redirect your focus, choosing to invest your energy only in what truly matters. Over time, this sharpened focus allows you to become more efficient and effective in achieving your objectives, undeterred by the actions of others. Through the distractions created by adversaries, you learn to guard your attention and focus it where it has the most impact, refining your path and moving forward with greater clarity and purpose. Redefining power is about moving beyond the idea that strength means dominating or controlling others. True power isn't about forcing others to bend to your will. It's about being so grounded in who you are that nothing and no one can shake you. When you let go of the need to prove yourself through external validation, you step into a different level of power. It's an internal strength, one that comes from knowing who you are, understanding your values, and remaining steadfast in your purpose, regardless of the opinions or actions of those around you. When you possess this kind of power, others lose their ability to influence your emotions and decisions. This begins with understanding that external power, what most people traditionally think of as power, is fleeting. If your sense of strength is based on controlling situations or people around you, you'll always be vulnerable to external forces. Someone else can come along with more influence and suddenly you feel threatened. But when you cultivate inner power based on self-awareness and emotional stability, you realize that no one has the ability to take that from you. You're not in a constant battle to maintain control or to prove yourself. Instead, you live in a state of peace and assurance, unshaken by external circumstances. An essential aspect of redefining power is the ability to remain calm in the face of challenges or provocation. True power is shown not in how loudly you speak, but in your ability to maintain composure when others lose theirs. Imagine a storm raging around you, but you stand steady, unaffected. That calmness, that centeredness is the embodiment of real power. When others try to provoke you or stir up conflict, your ability to remain calm demonstrates that you're not easily influenced. This sense of control is deeply empowering because it means you're in charge of your own emotions and reactions rather than giving that control to someone else. Another part of redefining power is learning to embrace patience. Real strength isn't in forcing outcomes or rushing through life to achieve what you want immediately. It's in having the patience to allow things to unfold in their own time. This patience is powerful because it allows you to act strategically rather than impulsively. When you can wait for the right moment, you make better decisions and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Patience also means you're not dependent on instant gratification, which is often a weakness others exploit. By being patient, you show that your power isn't dependent on immediate results. Instead, you're committed to your path for the long haul, regardless of the ups and downs. Confidence, too, is a form of inner power that doesn't require any external validation. Confidence isn't about having others believe in you. It's about believing in yourself so deeply that external opinions no longer matter. When you're confident, you're able to stand alone if necessary because you don't rely on approval from others to validate your worth. This self-assurance can make you appear untouchable to those who might try to bring you down or doubt your abilities. Confident people often have a presence that others respect, even if they don't understand it. This respect comes not from fear, but from a recognition of someone who truly knows and values themselves. Redefining power also involves the humility to accept that you don't need to win every battle to prove your strength. Sometimes the strongest choice is to walk away. When you know your own power, you don't feel compelled to engage in every conflict. You can let go of the need to prove yourself and instead focus on what truly matters to you. This selective engagement shows others that you value your time and energy and that you're not willing to waste them on insignificant battles. Instead, you're willing to save your energy for the things that align with your purpose, demonstrating that you're in control of your own path. This is power in its purest form, self-mastery and purposeful direction. Letting your results speak is a powerful approach to overcoming opposition and proving your worth. When you focus on achieving tangible outcomes rather than getting caught up in debates, criticism, or validation from others, you're directing your energy toward growth and success. This concept is simple but transformative. Rather than trying to convince others of your potential, you let your achievements do the talking. People may doubt you, criticize you, or underestimate you, but when they see undeniable results, it becomes difficult to ignore what you've accomplished. Actions speak louder than words, and results are the most compelling evidence of your abilities and determination. The process of letting your results speak requires a high level of focus and commitment. It's easy to get sidetracked by negativity or attempts from others to draw you into unnecessary conflicts. But if you can channel that energy into your work, your growth, and your vision, you're setting yourself up to achieve outcomes that are impossible to ignore. This focus allows you to transcend the opinions of others as you're no longer seeking approval or validation from anyone. Instead, your priority becomes fulfilling your potential, which in turn yields the results that naturally draw attention and respect. This approach also requires patience, as results take time. In a world where people often expect instant success, choosing to let your results speak is a commitment to the long game. It's about understanding that real progress doesn't happen overnight, and that lasting success comes from consistency, discipline, and hard work. When you're dedicated to the process, when you're putting in the work day after day, you're building a foundation that others may not see at first. However, when the results start to show, they'll stand out precisely because of the time and effort invested. By staying patient and committed, you create a solid and undeniable legacy of achievement that speaks for itself. Another key element of letting your results speak is resilience. On the journey to success, setbacks are inevitable. There will be challenges, disappointments, and moments where things don't go as planned. During these times, the temptation to explain yourself, to justify your failures, or to make excuses can be strong. However, true resilience lies in continuing to move forward, learning from each setback, and using it to fuel your progress. Every time you overcome a challenge and keep going, you're adding to the foundation of results that will eventually tell your story. Resilience allows you to maintain momentum even when others doubt you, because you understand that each step forward is bringing you closer to your goals. Letting your results speak also teaches you humility. When you're focused on achieving real outcomes, you don't feel the need to boast or constantly talk about your plans. You're more interested in making progress than in receiving praise, and this humility makes your achievements even more impressive. People will notice your success not because you're broadcasting it, but because the results themselves are undeniable. This humility also helps you maintain perspective, as you're not constantly seeking approval or validation. Instead, you're motivated by a genuine desire to fulfill your potential, which keeps you grounded and focused on what truly matters. Letting your results speak is empowering because it places the responsibility for success squarely on your shoulders. Rather than blaming others for obstacles or waiting for someone else to validate your potential, you take full ownership of your journey. You realize that your success depends on your efforts, your discipline, and your ability to stay focused on your goals. This self-reliance builds confidence as you recognize that you have the power to shape your own destiny. You're no longer reliant on external factors, and this independence is a source of strength that makes you unstoppable. Winning the battle within is about mastering the inner obstacles that hold us back. The real struggle we face is often not with external challenges or opponents, but with our own fears, doubts, and insecurities. Conquering these inner battles is crucial because they are the true barriers to our success. When we look within, we realize that self-doubt and fear are often what stop us from reaching our full potential, not the actions or opinions of others. Winning the internal struggle means understanding that you are your own greatest ally or enemy, depending on how well you manage these inner battles. The first step in winning the battle within is developing self-awareness. Self-awareness is about taking an honest look at yourself, acknowledging your strengths, but also confronting the areas where you hold yourself back. Many people avoid this inner examination because it can be uncomfortable. However, self-awareness is essential for growth. When you become aware of the fears or insecurities that are driving your actions, you gain the power to change them. Instead of letting fear dictate your decisions, you can choose to act from a place of confidence and purpose. By understanding yourself deeply, you gain control over your thoughts and actions, which is the foundation for overcoming any inner obstacles. Another critical part of winning the internal battle is managing your mindset. Our thoughts shape our reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're not capable or that success is out of reach, you're setting limitations that become self-fulfilling. Shifting to a growth mindset where you believe in your ability to learn, adapt, and improve allows you to see challenges as opportunities rather than threats. This mindset shift is powerful because it transforms how you perceive difficulties. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, you see them as part of the journey toward growth. Managing your mindset takes practice, but as you replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, you build a foundation of resilience that helps you tackle any challenge with confidence. Winning the battle within also involves learning to manage your emotions. Emotions like anger, frustration, and fear are natural, but if they control your actions, they can become obstacles. Emotional mastery doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but rather understanding and directing them in constructive ways. For example, rather than allowing frustration to derail you, you can channel it as motivation to work harder or find creative solutions. Emotional mastery requires practice, patience, and self-compassion, but it leads to a sense of inner peace that external circumstances cannot easily disturb. When you're in control of your emotions, you respond to challenges thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively, which makes you far more effective in achieving your goals. Self-discipline is another key component in winning the inner battle. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even when motivation wanes. It's the ability to stay committed to your goals, regardless of how you feel on any given day. Self-discipline allows you to build habits and routines that support your growth so that even when challenges arise, you have a stable foundation to fall back on. Discipline also helps you resist the distractions and temptations that could lead you off course. By developing self-discipline, you're creating a structure for success that doesn't depend on external factors, but is grounded in your own habits and choices. Winning the battle within requires a strong sense of purpose. Purpose is the driving force that motivates you to overcome obstacles, both internal and external. When you have a clear vision of why you're pursuing your goals, it becomes easier to silence the doubts and fears that try to hold you back. Purpose acts as a guide, reminding you of what truly matters and helping you stay focused on the bigger picture. With a strong sense of purpose, you're able to withstand setbacks and challenges because you know that the journey is worthwhile. Your purpose gives you the resilience and determination needed to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the road becomes.